It's yet again back to school season, and if you're like most parents of a child with dyslexia, you've probably spent the last few weeks getting everything ready. You've reviewed the IEP or the 504, you've emailed the teacher, you bought the school supplies, you packed the backpack, and somewhere in the back of your mind, you're probably wondering, did we choose the right accommodations this year? So I'm here to deliver the good news. I don't expect any parent to have the perfect accommodations figured out before the first day of school, because accommodations aren't something you set and forget. They are something that you can adjust. And here's something I wish every parent understood. More accommodations are not always better accommodations. I actually think of accommodations like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Some students have Papa Bear accommodations. There's so many accommodations written into the plan that no one can realistically keep up with them. The teacher gets overwhelmed trying to implement them all. The student can't remember them. The parent isn't even sure which ones are actually helping. Then there are baby bear accommodations. There simply aren't enough. The child is working twice as hard as everyone else just to make it through the school day because the barriers created by dyslexia haven't actually been removed. Neither of those is the goal. We're looking for mama bear accommodations, meaning the accommodations that are just right. Enough support to remove the barriers created by dyslexia without creating a plan that's so complicated no one can consistently implement it. So how do you know if your child has Papa Bear, Baby Bear, or Mama Bear accommodations? Not on the first day of school. About a month later, you're going to have an idea. That's when I start asking 6 questions. First, homework. Is homework taking a reasonable amount of time, or has every evening become a 2-hour battle? Because homework should reinforce learning, not become a second full school day. Second, reading fatigue. Is your child mentally exhausted after reading? Do they avoid reading because it simply takes so much effort? That may be a sign they need additional reading supports like audiobooks or text-to-speech. Third is spelling related. Ask yourself whether your child is actually being evaluated fairly. Are they being graded on spelling concepts they've been explicitly taught or had the opportunity to apply? Or are spelling tests measuring skills that haven't been taught in dyslexia intervention? Sometimes it's not the child that needs to change. Sometimes it's the accommodation or even the grading practice. Fourth is confidence. This is one of the biggest indicators to me. Is your child coming home saying, school was hard, but I figured it out? Or are you hearing, I'm stupid, I'm the slowest reader, I'll never be good at this? When confidence starts dropping, I start asking questions. Confidence to me is also data. The fifth is avoidance. Kids are incredible communicators, even when they don't use words. Are they suddenly forgetting homework, complaining of stomach aches before school, dragging their feet when it's time to read? Avoidance is often communication, so figure out what they're trying to tell you. And finally, sixth is teacher communication. Have you checked in? Has the teacher reached out? Do they feel that the accommodations are working? Or have they noticed areas where your child is still struggling? The best accommodation plans are built through collaboration, not guesswork. Here's what I want every parent to remember. You don't get just one chance to get accommodations right in that one annual meeting. If you realize your child has Papa Bear accommodations, simplify them. If you're realizing that they have Baby Bear accommodations, add the support they need. Keep adjusting till you find Mama Bear, because accommodations should evolve as your child grows. And remember, you don't have to wait until next year's annual IEP or 504 meeting. You have the right to request a meeting at any point in the school year if something isn't working. So about 1 month after school starts, don't ask yourself, is my child surviving? Ask yourself, do they have the accommodations that are just right? Because when we find the sweet spot, we're not making school easier, we're removing barriers so our children can finally show up for what they're truly capable of.